All right, welcome back to another episode of the Neighborhood Ventures podcast. I'm Bart Deal, and today I'm joined by two incredible guests, Amanda Schwicht.
Close. You had it better the first time. Schwicht.
I think I said the same thing, Schwicht, and Kyle McDonald. These are two Neighborhood Ventures employees that do a lot of work for our investors, one on the finance team, one in investor relations. Today we're going to talk about some things that are happening in the Phoenix metro area, specifically Mesa and Tempe. So I want to dive in and talk about Site 17. So Site 17, up until hopefully, this week, has been just barren land since the 1990s. So this week, Mesa City Council is expected to vote on the new development plans for Site 17 on September 8th. Let's talk about why this is significant. Kyle, do you want to jump on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So this Site 17, is really close to downtown Mesa.
Yeah.
If anyone knows downtown Mesa, it's a little bit on the come up. It's been a little bit behind places like downtown Gilbert, downtown Scottsdale, of course, Tempe and Phoenix. But Site 17 has been a vacant site for over 30 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been something that the city has been trying to figure out what to do. They bought it back in the 90s, and it's really just a unique site. Locationally, very interesting. It's on a few major thoroughfares, but really just the economics.
What is a thoroughfare?
Yeah, thoroughfare really is just kind of a main roadway where, when you're talking commercial real estate, people in retail development, people in other facets of commercial real estate refer to that to just to more for like a high traffic count, I'd say. So.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off Kyle a little bit, so in the 1990s, the city of Mesa demolished 60 houses in a largely Hispanic neighborhood to make way for an entertainment district anchored by a Canadian developer, with the promise of a 12-story hotel with 2 ice rinks, which I thought was pretty funny, being that we're in Arizona. Mm-hmm. So Mesa spent $7 million acquiring homes, including using eminent domain to force holdouts to sell. And then by 2001, so this happened in the 90s, and then by 2001, the developer completely backed out. So it's, to your point, been sitting dormant, this land, for nearly 30 years now.
Yeah, and it's a prime location, and you would laugh so hard because Mesa is one of the biggest cities in the country, top 25 in the country, and you're driving around, you're seeing single family homes, commercial real estate, and then all of a sudden there's these just completely 3 or 4 vacant parcels that makes up almost an entire kind of city block just sitting there.
And you gotta imagine what it's cost the city having this empty for 25 years.
Yeah.
Like no taxes from any of those people or those homes.
Yeah.
Just nothing.
So I do want to talk about the Site 17 development plans. That's what they're voting on right now.
Yep.
They're voting on ample things. Amanda, can you just lead us through what Site 17's development plans are? What are they planning on doing with that land?
Yeah, so they're planning on putting in 1,000 townhomes, a few multifamily buildings, and then a good shopping district. And the idea is to keep it a very walkable area so that way people can go live there, work there, and not really have to go anywhere. So good for the environment because less cars coming through. You have the metro rail right in that area, connecting people to Tempe and Phoenix. So it really is designed to be walkable, great for commutes, and cost effective for everybody.
Do you guys know much about the developer Culdesac?
Yeah. Actually, about 4 months ago, I actually got to meet with the owner of Culdesac, Ryan Johnson, and we actually walked the site together.
Dude, you got to tell us all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was funny. We were only there for about 5 minutes because when you look at it, it's just dirt, right?
Desert.
It's desert. There's not much to do. But Ryan is a visionary. He's a guy who created this really experiential development called the Culdesac, his first one in Tempe, and he's really changed the game. When I talked to Ryan, he mentioned to me that he had 20 to 30 cities inbound calling him to bring this Culdesac project to their cities across the country. Mm-hmm. And the city of Mesa being one of those to kind of seize on this opportunity because Tempe has just done really well. And, Ryan, he's such an amazing guy. He's a younger guy. He's ambitious. He's traveled a lot and seen kind of different lifestyles around the world. And he really wanted to bring that and prove that a walkable, more communal community could purvey in a sprawling city like Phoenix. And so
We've talked about it on this podcast before, the Culdesac development in Tempe. If you have any insight as to what that looks like and what people can expect in Mesa.
Yeah, absolutely. So talking with Ryan, the Tempe project has about 250 units so far, but they're also slated to add another 400 to 500 units on that same site. This site is looking at close to 1,000 units, and so you're looking at much more higher density. But the caveat to Culdesac and one of their secret sauces is they actually, instead of leasing some of their bottom units just to regular tenants for multifamily, they actually allow a lot of small businesses to come in and lease those properties. So just at the Tempe location alone, there's over 20 businesses there. And so you'll see small shops, you'll see communal spaces, courtyards, pools, clubhouses, lifestyle amenities like a co-working space. I mean, you name it. So
I'm thinking of like major cities. You got, LA, Chicago, and you have these neighborhoods. And in the neighborhoods, you have these, essentially cul-de-sac. You have these, apartment complexes. At the bottom of it, you have your fitness studio, you have your restaurants, and you kind of stay within your neighborhood and you don't have a car.
Yeah.
So that's basically what cul-de-sac is. And you can pick these cities like Mesa and Tempe, where there's a large population, but it's not walkable.
Yeah.
And you can place these there, and they should be, in theory, very successful.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about Culdesac is there's 4 complexes, other apartment complexes around Culdesac in Tempe, and on their websites they actually say that one of their amenities is that they're close to Culdesac.
Yeah, wow.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's a space like no other that provides a community that those complexes really haven't been able to accomplish or previously designed.
Yeah. I think about like the Phoenix Metro Mall development. It's a very similar concept, but that's something we've had in the works for years. So seeing more of those communities pop up around the valley is going to be amazing.
Yeah, Phoenix Metro Mall, and then also the Lifetime, I don't know what it's called, Lifetime Housing or Lifetime Multifamily. It's Lifetime Fitness's development project that's in the Paradise Valley Mall area.
Oh, nice.
So that's very similar to the Phoenix Metro development. You're going to have apartments there, but then it's also like, let's centralize and make, your retail, your fitness centers, everything you need all in one location and make it walkable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. I do want to pivot to the next article we were going to talk about, and it's the season. Last week, Arizona State played NAU. This is a sports podcast now. We're going to talk about sports.
My favorite subject.
No, we're going to talk about
right.
Arizona, and we're talking about Tempe right here. And so last year during the 2024-2025 season, in general, ASU Sun Devil Athletics generated $99.5 million total economic impact on Arizona's GDP, and $45 million of that came from non-football. So $55 million came from football. What are your guys' thoughts on this? What's the outlook for ASU moving forward? I know you're an ASU alum, Kyle.
I think in general, when I think of sports, I think of community development.
Yeah.
We talked a couple weeks ago about the Diamondbacks, for example, and how they were able to secure that deal. And because of that, a lot of the businesses in downtown Phoenix will flourish.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for ASU and Tempe. As ASU football continues to crush it, going from ranked the very last in the Big 12 last year to winning the conference.
Yeah.
And generating close to about $55 million here in total GDP. Just for the city of Tempe and the surrounding areas. I mean, small businesses are going to flourish. We're already seeing more retail development come into that city. We're seeing new multifamily projects pop up. ASU owns close to 150 acres just east of the stadium, and I know that they're looking on prospective developments of all that land there based on their growth and the sports and the economic development, all these things, they all roll together towards these decisions.
Yeah, a good example is football games contributed over $1 million in taxes to Tempe, and then $4.9 million in state, county, and Tempe tax revenue. But to your point, it affects everything. It's lodging. People fly in for games, so you need hotels. It's food. When you're staying in a hotel, you're not cooking. You're going out to eat. You're buying things.
Oh, yeah.
Merchandise, Camp Scatabo.
Scat.
And to kind of piggyback off of that, like I did the math, and so for all of their sports together, like you said, it was 99 million just in like the GDP, but like the labor income was 62 million.
Wow.
So, like that's just in pay. Then like taxes, 1 million for football, but 2 million in total for the whole sports
Yeah,
sector.
that's
there.
awesome.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting about ASU is, one, they're the largest university in the country student-wise, but also they have campuses really all across the world now.
Yeah.
They have, the Tempe campus, of course. They have West Valley campus. They have Polytechnic campus in the East Valley. They have a film school in Los Angeles. They have so many different campuses that I probably don't even know about. But ultimately, when you look at the sports and the GDP production, you just, as a Valley resident, you just get so excited.
Yeah.
Because especially ASU's been, sports across the map has been pretty dormant.
Yeah.
Really the last 6 or 7 years.
You get the random, like, baseball team. It's like, oh, they might make it to the World Series this year, and then, nothing. Basketball's been hit or miss, and then football kind of has been at the lower of the totem pole for the past, handful of years. So it is good to see progress. It's good that they had the pop last year with football. I think I can feel it. In this area right now, there's more excitement going into this season with this coach. And then also I want to look at, GCU. We don't have the data for GCU, but every year GCU is growing. They have an elite basketball team. I know their baseball team is getting better every year. I would think some point in the future they'll try to create a football team. But I think that's probably the next, in the Valley university that goes out and thrives.
Absolutely. And I think one of the unique things about ASU is it's right in the heart of one of the major metropolitan areas of the city. If you look at some universities like the University of Alabama, for example, University of Georgia, other major universities, sports universities across the country, they're in these smaller towns, and that's kind of what makes up that town and that economy, where ASU is in the heart of this just thriving ecosystem where we're seeing a massive real estate boom here in most sectors. The tech ecosystem here really take off. And to top it off, I wish we still had all major sports teams, but we have most major sports teams. And so it's just exciting to see a program that can excel that well in sports and academia in the heart of a major metropolitan area.
Yeah.
And something I really love about the Valley right now is the fact that like those activities in sports are really spread out. You have ASU over in Tempe. You've got the Diamondbacks in downtown, and then Cardinals out
west. Yeah.
Out west. And so like it's not everyone jamming into one area, but it provides not just for that localized economy. It is spread out through the entire Valley.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, and I was at a Diamondbacks game last week, and I saw there's some merch collaboration between the Diamondbacks and ASU.
Oh,
so like kind of
cool.
like a Diamondback style ASU hat, stuff like that. And it's just fun to see. Like if you're an investor here, if you're an operator here, you look for all these metrics, activity in a university, culture in a city, and then of course the fundamentals with market research and financials. I mean, it's all really fun to see.